It's Yoshi, owner of Yoshi's Happybizz, and actually it's quite late, and actually, you know, I don't know, I just wanted to make this video because for the challenge for today we had to answer a couple of questions. So, I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. Yeah, so today is about what is my message. And it's about what I believe in and why I do what I do. Like, why do I do what I do? Why don't I do something else? Well, this applies for two things, of course, because I want to, or I do lifestyle coaching, and I also train horses. So two different things. Well, let's start with the horses. That's the easiest for me because I've known that for a longer time. Maybe you listen to my audio file about my passions and stuff. Why I work with horses, or why I want to work with horses, why I love it so much. It's very simple. It's just my passion, and there's no effort. It goes effortlessly. It just is. There's no thinking. I just am myself. I don't have to do it, and I really feel that I can add to that. I still see a lot of people. What was it again? There was this quote in the book, and it was about, or it was a story actually. It wasn't a child's book, and was a story about an Indian princess. This is a very short story, and she actually didn't ask much. And then a foal was born, and she wanted to have the little foal or filly. I don't know what it was. And then, um, like her father said, you cannot own a horse. You can only befriend a horse, and then do stuff. Or I don't know. It wasn't the exact quote, but point being, you cannot own a horse, and still a lot of people want to own their horse and then do stuff with it, and the relationship is kind of cracked with the horses. It's kind of like, this is where I am, and this is where the horse is. But like with other people, it's like, this is where they are and this is where the horse is. And then they are, you know, then they think it's strange that that they don't win, or that they have problems with their horse. It's because there's no equality. You know, we still treat our horse, some people. I'm not saying that all people do this. I know that a lot of people are on their way, and they think in the same way as I do, and they act in the same way as I do. But still, a lot of people act if they're like their horse is stupid. I see the same thing happening, parents to children. They think that their child is stupid. Well, when your child is 6 months old, 6 months, it can already understand you fully. Like it cannot talk back. It has a hard time responding to you, but it can, like, he knows what you're saying to him or her. I say him because I have a son. But for example, I'm doing sign language with my son, and he's talking to me with the sign language. I mean, he cannot form the words yet, but he's doing it, and we're talking baby sign language. It's super awesome. And well, it's just a calling for me with the horses. It's not even, I didn't even think about not doing it or doing it. There was no question about it. I just wanted to do this. I don't say that I never had doubts, because I did. I did have doubts. But there's, like, I mean, doing it is not a question, but how to do it, that's where I was kind of doubting sometimes. And the other part is lifestyle coaching, and that goes together also with training horses, because still again, training horses, it's not that I just train a horse, because the behavior problems or the problems, or when it's a young horse, it's different, but when it's a problem, normally the trainer or the owner of the horse has trained that problem or that behavior into the horse without even knowing. So if I just train horse, then there's no use in giving the horse back and be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. Because if the trainer or the owner comes up with the same like actions and the same behavior as he did when the horse has a problem, the horse will fall back into the same pattern. Most likely. Not always, but most likely, because it's like, for example, you go, I don't know, I don't like diets, but I will use this stupid example. you you will go on a diet and then you keep it up, and you're surrounded by people who do all the same stuff, and then you go home, and then there's, I don't know, for example, that you have a girlfriend who always eats pies or something, who, I don't know, I'm just saying something really random, and then it's harder for you to stay in your behavior of not eating pies, for example. And with the horse, it works differently because they respond to us. They are a mirror for us. And so the coaching relates to that, because I also have to coach or train the owner of the horse. And then the lifestyle coaching, I don't know, I call myself lifestyle coach. It's more that I have found practical ways and that I've gone through a lot of stuff. Like, I'm 20 years old. I'm turning 21 September 15th this year. And I feel sometimes like 40. Like, what I have a hard time with, that's why specifically I want to help young people and young artists, young dancing. Like, for example, this is something what really touched me. There is this really pretty famous dancer, and she's called Lucy Velli, I think. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but and she's really good, and she had something with her foot, and like she couldn't dance for 2 months or something, which is a lot for a dancer. I mean, I've danced myself in the last year. Um, in the last year, I don't know if it was before my pregnancy. It was in the last year of my graduation year, yeah. So you could say last year before my pregnancy, like the year before my pregnancy, I kind of had problems with my ankle and stuff, and I couldn't dance, and I hated it. Like, I just hated it. I hated not dancing, and then I thought it was going better, so I went back to class, and then again my ankle started hurting, and I felt so frustrated and annoyed. And if I knew then what I know now, but that's stupid to say, but still, it would have gone differently. Anyways, about Lucy, she was so talented and she's a real light. And, she went into depression because she couldn't dance. Because, if dancing is a part of your life, then it's kind of, for dancers, it's like eating. If they don't dance, then they die a little inside because they just can't do it. And that's like, if you don't eat, you die a little inside. So for them, it's like eating. It's like breathing. It's like being for them. So, she couldn't dance and she went into depression, but it was all about her physical. About, yeah, you have something with your foot. Like, she broke her foot, and it's a really complicated and long story. I'm not going to repeat it, but like, nothing was done with her, with her being, with her mind, with her feelings. Nothing was done with it, and I feel a real calling for that, because didn't have to go through that. That it was not necessary, and she could have healed a lot faster with some simple tools like tapping or I don't know, just, I mean, she talked about it. That's a first. Not all dancers talk about it, but just that just pains me. It really does. When I watched her entire video about how she said like that she was went into depression and stuff. I really felt for her, and I was like, oh girl, oh my god, there's so many tools that could have helped you, and that could have been like give you this heads up and be like, yes, you can do this. Of course, she had to take rest and stuff for a foot, but still, it, like see it as I want to show people that it's a present instead of that it's something bad. Of course, it's bad if you can dance, but I don't know. I just really feel for that, and it just calls me. Or the same thing. I have this friend of mine, and with his friend, he or with two other friends, he had an actually pretty cool film. Can you say film company? It's not really a company, but because they were with three, but still, they had a little film business, and um, I wanted to learn some stuff, and they wanted to have someone to coach, so we kind of exchanged that. They still owe me some stuff, but that's okay. And then he told me he graduated cum laude. It's like, what? And then after he graduated cum laude for his study thing with for film man, whatever. I don't know exactly what it is, but something to do with film. He said he was gonna stop with the business because he didn't like it anymore to be an entrepreneur and stuff. And I was like, what? Are you serious? You're doing this for 3 years? You're pretty right on track. You last time I talked to you, you said you love doing this, and now you stop. Like, I feel like what's happening? And out of that feeling, I made another video, and I'm talking about use your talents. It's more like this kind of thing, like, I had that a lot in that video. I just can't cope it. I have a hard time with that. People that they're so, especially young people, they're so talented and so beautiful, and they have all this power and they don't even know it. And I believe that if I can be the person and if I can show that it is possible to follow your heart, even if you're 20, because guys, especially for young people who are watching this, if you're even watching this, I don't care if you're watching this, I just want to make this video anyways. Um, it's just, you don't have to wait 20 years until you're 40 and then start to like cool midlife crisis, because that's what's happening. Like when I go to a personal development or event or something that has to do with growth in kind of way, I don't know. I I'm the youngest, almost, always alone as well. But I'm the youngest, and then I am there, and then they look at me. You're here alone? I'm like, yes. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, so do I have to come here with other people? Because if I want to go somewhere, I just go somewhere. I don't give a shit if friends come with me or not. I just don't. I'm not gonna wait for my friends because, you know, I just go. I just go. But still, it's like I look around and see all those old people. I'm like, we don't have to wait 20 years and then be like, oh, I'm 30, so now I can rock. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you waste 20 years of your life? Why would you waste 20 years of your life and then start doing what you love? Because I believe that most of us do know what we love. We just, like, we all had dreams as little kids. We all had dreams, and maybe they changed, but we still have dreams. The other thing is, if you want to let them come out or not, that's the thing. Do you want to let them shine? Do you want to express them right now? Another thing, I was watching by accident. I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in coincidence. Whatever. But anyways, I was watching Marie Forleo. She's a really cool girl. I'm sorry, girl. I wanted to say, I wanted to say two things at once. Anyways, she's really cool, and she was interviewing the woman who wrote a book about the 5 most regrets of old people, of dying people. And one of the first regret that people say the most when they die is, I wish I would have lived my life. I would have done what I wanted to do and not live a life other people expected of me. And I mean, it's a fucking regret of dying people. Why would you want to do that too? You know, like she wrote it down and people made her promise that she would tell the world so others could learn from it. So right now, learn from it. If you are doing something you don't like, find a way to do it differently. Find a way to stop doing what you don't like and find a way to do do what you love. Start doing what you love. Even if it's 10 minutes a day. Please. But that's how I feel. And especially for younger people, because I also have the feeling, and I also know it happens a lot. Has happened a lot to me. Because you're 20, people don't take you serious. They're like, oh, you're 20. Yeah, you're so cute. You're just telling your shit. Yeah, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cutie cute. And I'm just like, really? You think I'm cute? You know? I mean, of course, maybe I'm cute. That's okay, but it's kind of like this belittling I don't like. Because I don't believe that older people, my mom has taught me this. I love my mom for this. She taught me that not necessarily because someone is older knows better. And I know that a lot of us grow up with this. Like, your dad knows better because he's older, or your mom knows better because she's older, because she has more life experience. But I don't believe that's true. I think we do have a lot of experience, because if you go inside, if you go to your voice, if you go to your inner being, if you listen to really listen to your heart, you know what to do. You don't need other people tell you what to do. You don't need anybody. I mean, it's fun to work with people. I'm not saying that you have to do everything alone. That's the other extreme. But if you want to do something and you follow your heart, you don't need other people to say what you have to do. I could go on with this for hours, and I don't know how long this video is already, because I just talked and talked and talked, and I don't know, but that's what I just wanted to say for today. This was for today's challenge, the 5th day, and this is what touches me. You know, those beautiful, talented young people, young parents that maybe have a dream and they think that it's not going to work because they have a kid, or young artists that are maybe 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like my age. Oh, my nose. I want to I want to be the person that gives you that little push and says, "Come on, you can do it. Come on, you go for it right now. Don't wait. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait. Start now. Go there. You're young. You're fucking young. So what? It's the time to fucking do what you love, and not wait until you're 40 or 60 or 70, or and just do it now. Please. Really. I I I can't express it differently. Thanks for listening. Bye. See you next time.